Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. So grateful to be able to share these bits of wisdom that have helped me in my life, and I do hope that you find them helpful. Let's go ahead and get to today's quote. When we are grateful, we are not dissatisfied, craving, angry, envious, or worried. Such feelings cannot arise in the midst of gratitude. Well, I'm sure all of you have heard the benefits of cultivating gratitude. It's a fundamental practice in all the education, learning, skills, wisdom around well-being. And as the quote today points out, when we have a feeling of gratitude, well, you're not going to have a feeling of anger, craving, resentment. As a matter of fact, when we're in gratitude, there's no way you're going to be worried, fearful, or craving something because you are satisfied. The feeling of contentment, of well-being. And understanding this, we can have an opportunity to explore that we actually have the ability to cultivate certain emotional and mental states and attitudes. We actually have this skill if we develop it. So often we just feel like we're a prisoner of whatever feeling shows up. Like, somebody helps me and a feeling of gratitude shows up. Somebody harms me and a feeling of anger, resentment shows up. I don't even realize that I actually have some opportunity to develop certain attitudes and mental states by practicing them on purpose. So in the morning each day, an opportunity that a lot of people do is to take a little time to reflect on just a couple things that they are grateful for. One of the myths around gratitude is making these gratitude lists that is really going to bring this state of gratitude into our day. And they're helpful, but what the research has shown is if I keep making long lists, it just gets kind of rote and it doesn't have the visceral impact that we'd like to bring into our day. But if we take some time and think deeply about a person or an event or a quality of life that we have, and really, like in my case, just the house I get to live in that my wife built and the life that we get to have together and walking up the stairs, these are stairs made of wood that was reclaimed that she, built with her own hands that I, get this sense of gratitude about the place I get to live in, the person I get to share a life with. Just walking up the stairs, I had this incredible feeling of gratitude. In such a state, I'm not having a mind that is worrying about the day, things I need to do, I don't have what I need to get to feel better about who I am. So this understanding about the opportunity to cultivate thoughts like attitudes like gratitude, attitude of gratitude. Sorry, I had to pause there just because that's so ingrained in me. Well, they develop because we consciously bring them to life on purpose. So in the morning or in the evening or during the day, not just a morning practice of gratitude, but can you take some time throughout the day, just for a minute or two, stop, look around, what do you have to be grateful for in this life that you have? And make it visceral, make it personal. Some people can, sit there, yeah, I'm grateful, I can see, I'm grateful, I can walk, I'm grateful, I have transportation. Sometimes that just becomes very rote, I walk, so I kind of take it for granted, but, every now and then we're with some people who cannot walk, we're with some people who cannot see, or we're with people who don't have transportation. So taking some time to go a little more deeply rather than, I'm grateful, that I have this sort of life in a vague way, but very personal. What's it mean to have transportation? What's it mean to be able to use your limbs to walk, to write, to see? Take some time to really recognize that. And one last thing that just kind of this big opening in my life around gratitude, which was many years ago, probably about 38, 35 maybe. No, maybe close to 38 years ago. I was just caught up in a pity pot around the fact of a car that I had just bought that I had loaned to someone that I wanted to be helpful. So as a family member, and I was so grateful to be able to offer the car. I finally got a car. I didn't have one before, able to let them use it. But it just went on and on and on. And, they needed to use it until they could have funds to fix their car. And then I'm having to take the bus and it's raining and I'm just in this pity pot about, I don't even get to use my own car. I'm taking a bus, it's raining. And the bus stops and a blind person gets on. It just woke me up. It just woke me up that this person will never drive a car. This person always takes the bus. And then that awareness of the incredible opportunity I have in my life just let me know that what I'm attending to can either be a source of gratitude or the source of anger, resentment, and craving, discontent. But it has more to do with what I'm attending to than the actual situation. Was I attending to the fact that I can see and can have transportation work, or was I attending to what I don't have? Hope you find this helpful. Certainly is one of the big lessons in my life.